Today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 of the newest, most viral products that you might be seeing on the internet right now that you can get at the drugstore, making these a more affordable price point. And I'm going to be telling you whether or not you need them. It's 2025. We know in this day and age, you do not need to spend a ton of money to get great makeup products. These labs have mastered a good formula down. But I will say, as somebody who's tried a ton of stuff from both luxury, high-end, but also the drugstore market, it can be a little bit more difficult to weed out the bad stuff from the drugstore. And I do, even though I'm mostly a high-end makeup channel, I love to really test out these viral products that I'm seeing online at the drugstore and telling you whether or not they are truly comparable to what you would pay at a higher price point. So we have some really good items. A couple items are brand new to me. A couple items I've been testing for a little bit. And this first one that I'm going to be talking about is one that is not viral, but it knocked my socks off when I used it yesterday. So I do want to talk about it because it is under $10. So let's start off with our primer today. This is the Hard Candy Smooth On Lock Primer. So last week I did a video testing a full face of pretty random makeup, and I shared about the new Hard Candy primers. I think they launched 6 new primers. They've really revamped their line over the past year. And I tried the Glow On Lock primer and I really enjoyed it. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to try the Smooth On Lock primer. So yesterday, when I wasn't filming, I was just testing this out, and wow, it was quite literally a filter for the skin. I think, if you have mature skin, fine lines, uneven texture, perk your ears up for this, okay? So this is only $7. You can buy it at Walmart, where you can find Hard Candy products. So this is your shortcut to smoother skin and longer lasting makeup. This glides on like a dream to blur fine lines and even out texture and create the perfect soft focus base. In true Hard Candy fashion, this is only $7. Now, when I first used this, it's very much giving Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I don't love this silicone feeling kind of primer typically, but I thought, why not? Let me give it a go. You guys, this completely blurred over my skin. So here's the catch. I don't necessarily think it's going to be that visible of a blur underneath makeup, because when I put makeup on top yesterday, my skin looked pretty normal. But I'm talking putting this on your face if you're not wearing anything for the day, because it completely blurs out the skin and acts as a filter. If you even put it on the under eyes, I notice my fine lines are really minimized and smoothed out. It does feel a little thicker on the skin, which I don't love, and I'm worried that it may act a little funny and pilling with other makeup products. So far, yesterday, I didn't notice any pilling. We're still in the beginning phases of testing it, but I don't know if you can see, but this truly is a filter for my skin. It smoothed everything out. I think it loses its impact once you put product on top. I'm sure it helps, of course, but the filter that this gives to the skin is incredible. Yeah, so I wanted to put this in today's video, even though I haven't seen anybody talk about it, because this is something that you're gonna wanna put on bare skin. If you have mature skin, texture, fine lines, even on a day where you're not wearing makeup, put this on, and this gives the skin a soft focus blur. Beautiful. So hopefully with the foundation today, it doesn't act up, but this is a win just on its own. I'm really working it in. With a product like this, I take your time, let your skincare soak in before applying this, let this kind of settle before putting any makeup over top. But my face looks so much smoother because of this. This is an incredible $7 transformative product, and this kind of started off me wanting to make this video today. It doesn't really fit in with the theme because I hadn't seen the virality to this, but I didn't care. You needed to see, hopefully the camera picks up what this just did. Next up, we're talking a product that is not new, that I have so much experience with. I've had this in my collection for a long time, but it's having a bit of a resurgence of a moment due to TikToker Shelby Ann, who just seems so lovely. Her skin is so poreless and beautiful, and she gives amazing full face tutorials, and her everyday base routine, it popped off. And it included this foundation, and now everybody wants a piece of it. And so it reminded me to pull it out and just re-talk about it, re-review it with you guys. This is the classic, a foundation that's been on the market for years, L'Oreal True Match foundation. Now, a couple of years ago, they reformulated and redid this line. Do you remember when it used to have the packaging where there wasn't even a pump to it? What's amazing about this line is you're supposed to be able to find your perfect match. They're supposed to have all undertones, cover all ranges of skin tone. And I really enjoy this Drugstore foundation. I use it quite often because it's just so flexible. It layers over itself well. It layers over other products well. So as somebody who does multiple demos, multiple layers of blush to demo a color, I often reach for this foundation because I know it's not going to get gunky as I relayer it over the skin, which is probably how you're not going to use it, but that's how I've become familiar with this. I just love that it's a no fuss foundation that I can layer, and it's never going to look heavy and cakey. At Ulta, which is slightly more expensive, it is $13.99. Foundations have gone up there in price over the last few years, but this True Match Super Blendable Foundation is supposed to give medium coverage and is formulated with up to 6 pigments for the most precise match. It's supposed to lock in moisture, natural finish, be really easy and super blendable, which it is, which is partially why I enjoy it. So let's put it on, shall we? I use the shade N3, which is a pretty good match for me. Here's the consistency if you need to see. So it feels pretty lightweight. It's very, very thin. I'm hopeful that it's not going to react weird to the new primer that I'm trying today, but I'm very familiar with this foundation. Like I say, it's really no fuss, so normally it doesn't act funny with anything. I'm noticing this primer is making this foundation look slightly more matte than usual, so do keep that in mind. I'm just using this hourglass brush to push it into the skin, but I let my finger do most of the work when it comes to applying it. So it is very flexible in that it's working with what base I have underneath. So I can get more of a normal natural finish if I just have like moisturizer or something underneath. But what's awesome about this foundation is also if you put a super glowy primer underneath, you're going to get a more glowy finish. This adapts really well to the other products that you pair it with, and it feels extremely lightweight. I mean, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous Drugstore foundation. This is absolutely one of those products where if you pick this up from the drugstore, you're going to be very happy with it. It does perform at the same level as so many other high-end foundations. You won't even notice a difference, and this one just feels especially more light, especially more natural, and it has a perfect medium coverage, so you're still going to be able to see some freckles and whatnot underneath. I am noticing with this Smooth Unlock Primer, my skin is looking a little bit more dry than usual. Typically, I would prefer to use a more hydrating base, but I wanted to demo this on bare skin. But this foundation normally looks even better than it's already looking, but works out so easily. Like, one of the things in the name is literally super blendable. I mean, do you see my finger barely having to do any work? And the wear time on this is decent as well. Don't get me wrong, don't run a marathon in this product, but it gets the job done for sure with longevity. Okay, gorgeous. So here's how we're looking so far. If you're looking for a great everyday, not too heavy, medium coverage, natural finish, flexible foundation that's going to be versatile with how you choose to pair it with other products, this is a great pickup from the drugstore. I was honestly surprised when it started to go viral again because it had been around for such a long time, and it's always been a foundation that people like, but has never really been a top runner. It's been consistently good, but I guess never viral. So I honestly am surprised by that, but it is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. So she's been getting a lot of attention lately, so I wanted to mention that. This next one, you guys, went so unbelievably viral. I was watching it everywhere, and I finally picked it up at Ulta, and we're gonna try it. So it's not newly viral, but it's been used by many since then. It is the Morphe Shape Lifter Micro Contour Stick. And you'll see in today's video, Morphe is coming up. Oh my goodness, they are having a comeback more than anything. I have like 3 very, very talked about drugstore products that, I mean, I've just seen these everywhere, and honestly, it's elevated for sure between the brushes and just the quality of the packaging, the marketing. You can tell they're putting effort into this. So this is $13 at Ulta, and it's a shape and lift stick to help lift and shape your features. With a super slim tip and built-in sharpener, this sculpting stick provides controlled, targeted application. There are 7 different shades. The shade that I decided to go with is Refined. I think the one that's really popular is the Victoria Beckham one, so this is kind of the affordable version of that. Wow, that blended out really, really nicely. So let's just give this a try. This one is a first impressions. So I would use this kind of down here. Then let's see how it blends. Almost like a lip liner, you know? Lovely, but it's still holding the pigment pretty good. Of course, nose contour is what this is screaming for. It's quite slippery, so you do have to be careful because you can like lose control. Let's see how this blends. Not too shabby, guys. I'm watching to see if it holds its color to make sure it doesn't overblend. Can get right here. Now, I don't like using something so teeny tiny for the outskirts of the face, but I like it for the center portion of the face. So let's see. Might want to use a different brush for this, but it's blending out very, very easily, honestly. Probably gonna need a lot more of it for these outer areas of the face to make it more impactful, but it's perfect for nose, lips. I'm gonna put some around my eyes as well. I think I prefer a bigger, more chonk stick for the outskirts of the face because I feel like wasting the product by putting so much. But this also works really good for getting that contour in here. Okay, this is beautiful. What a gorgeous product that you can just pop into the drugstore side at Ulta for. And this will be quite impactful. Very, very easy to use. It can overblend, I feel like, so be careful with that. But I mean, that's sculpted so well. I am feeling the need to really layer more though. So this I'd stick with a true bronzer / contour stick. For this whole center area of the face, that was really, really nice. But in a pinch, who's to say you can't just... Okay, love this. I see the virality of it. There's not a lot of skinny contour sticks out there on the market, and it's really useful for these areas of the face. I'm giving this a thumbs up so far. The next product, you guys, oh my god, I've been seeing these everywhere, all over TikTok. Also from Morphe, the Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trio. So these are $19. That's kind of expensive. But you do get 3 different finishes in here. So the face trios are going to include a satin cream, a luminous balm, and then a velvet powder in monochromatic tones, and you can mix and match. So here are the shades that I have, just so you can look at the line. The packaging, as you can see, looks really, really nice, I think. And then the creams have a little cover. So the top 3 is the shade Sunset Swim. The next 3 down is After Party. Then we have Beach Bonfire, which is more peachy. And then look at this Barbie one. These last 3, the shades are Après Ski. Then the top 3 is Blind Date. The red trio is Cabana Club. And then the berry toned colors, Wine and Dine. That looks gorgeous. I'm particularly impressed by the satin cream formulation. I really haven't felt anything like it. The luminous balm I could pass on, but I want to try Sunset Swim as a bronzer. Let's just give it a go, why not? So I'm gonna start off with the luminous balm because that's gonna be the best consistency for bronzer, and this is much warmer than the contour stick. I accidentally just went into the satin cream. Whoops. But we'll do the satin cream here on this side. I don't think I like this very much for bronzer, the satin cream. I think I'll enjoy it more in a blush format. Yeah, I like the Luminous Balm better in this particular shade. Let me wipe that off. That was an uh-oh. Back to the Luminous Balm. But this makes a really beautiful bronzer, even though I don't like balms, especially for the cheeks. If you have a matte base, it can look funny. Okay, and then let's see if this bronziness affects anything. It's definitely not as flattering as the Luminous Balm. That glow is emphasizing the fine lines on the outskirts of the face. But you know what? It gets the job done in a pinch. So let's just push that in. But the Luminous Balm in the Sunset Swim trio can work as a bronzer if you want. And then on the other side here, we have a powder bronzer. So I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush and just set that. That just looked really unblended. Probably needed to blend that more. It's a little pigmented, be careful, and it's sticking to base. So we do have a little bit of a bronze, but of course this is really mostly meant to be used for the cheeks. So what color do I want to use today? I haven't decided what I'm doing for the eyes. I think we can go pretty toasty with the shade After Party. I think this is going to look gorgeous. So I'm using a Summer Fridays blush brush, and we'll do the same thing that we did kind of with the bronzers. I'm using the Luminous Balm, which, like I said, I don't normally like luminous balms, but this doesn't look too greasy or oily. So that's really good, actually. No, this looks beautiful. And I love this color. It has a little bit more of a peachy twist to it. Okay, let's try the cream. The satin cream. There's a difference. I think the Luminous Balm, surprisingly, I'm liking it better than the satin cream formula, and the satin cream formula still looks pretty nice, you guys. I'm still liking it. I'm actually gonna see how it looks if we layer it over top of the balm. I think that gives it more of a, or less of a flat finish. How beautiful. I almost don't want to put the powder blush on top because I think that this just looks stunning already. It is $20, so I don't know if this is like super drugstore-y, but you do get 3 different finishes here. So let's finish with the blush. I'm trying to go light-handed because it's gonna stick to the cream and be a little too pigmented. This brush is a great hourglass dupe. It's the Ulta Beauty Collection dual-ended finishing powder brush. Oh, this is such a fun warm blush trio. Okay, I like these. I see why these have gone viral now. I do think they're a bit expensive, but you know what? At least they brought the quality. So if you see a color that you love, I think that these are worth it. Assuming that it doesn't just disappear throughout the day, which I'll keep you guys updated on the wear. But I'm giving this one the thumbs up, worth the hype. Okay, this last product you saw me use in my most recent testing new makeup video, and I was so impressed by it that I'm putting it in this video because wow. So last Morphe product for today, we have their new Cloud-Like Soft Glow Veil Finishing Powder. So I was thinking Hourglass. And I mean, I know clear packaging like this really isn't giving luxury, but it does feel very nice quality, the packaging. So these come in 4 different shades. They're $16 for just one product. So it is on the pricier side. So set skin in its most flattering light, as if illuminated by a softly blurred cloud diffused glow. So this features light reflecting technology. It has all the good like hyaluronic acid, shea butter, and it sweeps on to finish your look with natural radiance. So what it was giving to me, I felt like it was trying to be almost like an hourglass powder. So here are the 4 shades that it comes in. And I feel like in the pan, these almost look like cream, but they're a very soft, lightweight powder. But with these swatches, you can see that subtle luminosity. It's giving hourglass, right? I'm obsessed with this powder. Let me just say that. So I'm using like all of these powders today. They're so good. Sunrise is my skin tone color. And I did set already with just regular matte setting powder. So I'm using this to finish. I'm literally just kind of blending it over everything like I would with Hourglass. Now, I don't think this is as good as Hourglass, but it's about as close as it can get. But this has a little bit more sheen to it than the Hourglass, so let me show you. You can get a little bit more pigment out of these. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade, And I'm gonna take, this is a shade Dawn, a highlighting brush, and look at this glow from within. It is so angelic. You see that? This is how you can really see how the powder is on the skin. So stunning. And then this is the M163 powder brush from Rephr, also super soft and luxurious. I want to try the shade Golden Hour, and even though I've like done 3 different bronzer things, I feel like this could also be a really good bronzer to set creams with. So I'm actually going to keep all of these shades because this has such a soft blend on the cheek that you could totally set a cream bronzer with this without it catching onto the creams like we had the problem with before. I love this, and it gives that soft radiance to the skin, which I think is going to be amazing for all skin types, because if you have dry skin, this is really lightweight. It's not going to suck the life out of you because it does leave that glow behind, because even if you have dry skin, sometimes you do need to set. Then if you have oily skin, it will set the skin while not making the skin too matte. And I think this powder is honestly really amazing. Of the 3 Morphe things we've tried today, this one is my favorite. It gave me that instant wow factor, and it really does enhance the makeup. If you go out into real natural light, you'll be able to see more of the pearls on the skin, and it's not super unflattering. It's not as smoothing as the Hourglass, which is why Hourglass is still superior, but it's a similar concept, so I wanted to share that with you guys. I think this powder is incredible. I think my skin is looking incredible right now. So excited to share that with you today. What a good one. Definitely worth it. I wanted to try these that last try on video, but it just didn't work out because I had other products to try, but I'm finally trying a lip pen. I've always wanted to try one, and these ones from Pixi are really popular. These are the Lip Blush Lip Stain Pens. They're $12. It comes in 5 shades, and these are a lightweight lip stain featuring a water-based formula and an easy-to-use marker pen. And so what people are doing with products like these is they are using them to line the lips, but as you can see, these are mostly all over lip colors. I would love to see some deeper neutral tones so people can actually use them as lip liners. This is the packaging that they come in. You know, Pixi Beauty is always in that beautiful mint green packaging. I'm so excited to try these, you guys. And then it has this marker style. What shades do we have? Okay, so from top to bottom, we have Youth, Purity, Beauty, Love, and Happiness at the bottom. So I'm gonna try the Peachy Natural Nude shade, which is Purity first, just to see what we're working with. But as you can see, these seem to be staining. This is deeper than I thought, honestly. I feel like it looks lighter on the swatch. So you can't really use these as a lip liner because I just don't think the colors are good lip liners, but you can just put it all over for a lip stain and then it will last hopefully all day. But it doesn't feel drying on the lips and it seems pretty easy to apply. I just feel like this swatch, this is the second shade. It does not look like that at all on my lips, but that's how a lot of stains tend to pull. I have naturally quite pigmented lips, so these lip stain products I don't normally love, but this is fabulous for the winter time, you guys. Or if you have a gloss that you want to wear, this will leave color behind on your lips. Ooh, I think this is a cool product, and these are $12 each. I do have a makeup wipe here, and you can see these are having a harder time coming off. So very cool product. I just wish they had different colors because I don't love these colors, but I can't wait to play with these some more. Look, nothing. So definitely, even if you're just wearing a normal lip for the day, if you put something like this underneath, that way your lips will always have some color peeking through. Very, very cool. This is exactly what I imagined. I don't like the colors. Now, last, final, 7th product for today, we have e.l.f.'s newest drop for the lips, the Glow Reviver Plumping Lip Oil. Now, you guys know everything that e.l.f. touches turns to gold. So these are $9 each. There's 8 different shades, and these are that same lip oil formula that you know and love, but they now add that tingle. They have that plumping sensation because lip plumpers are really, really popular now. And if you know me, you know I actually think that these are kind of overhyped, the lip oil formula. I think they're very nice for $9, but I don't know, I think they're a little thin. But anyway, so many people love these, so I thought I'd show you the colors in the line because they actually have really gorgeous colors here, and some of them are really glimmery, so I'm excited to try these. We have this beautiful sheer pink shade that is Piggy Bank, Burst Bubble, Papaya Rotzi, Dreamsicle, and you guys, as I'm opening these, I can smell the plumpiness. This one I'm definitely gonna try on today. Apricot Feelings, look at the glimmers in this one. Major Mauve, right up my alley. Ultraviolet, and finally Espresso Tonic, which has those glimmers in there. So these are all of the shades. They smell like they are going to plump, you guys, fair warning, but you can see they actually have some nice pigmentation to them. I have to do Apricot Feelings though, because of this glitter. Huh, okay. It's more clear than I thought. But that's pretty. And I did take a little bit of the Morphe contour stick, by the way, around my lips, just to give me a little bit more shape. Okay, that definitely gives the glimmer. Okay, let me on the top part. I really am attracted to Major Mauve just for the vibes of today's look. This one's more of a flat finish. Ooh, I love the color that this gives. Look at that pigment. I feel the tingle. I do in fact feel the tingle. I'm just gonna mix these today. I think that would be pretty. Ooh, it's burning a little bit. Yeah, I feel it. If you don't like a tingle, don't get the plumping line, get their regular line. But yeah, if you didn't know, these are in and they are now plumping, so I don't think these are gonna be for everybody. Personally, I don't think these are worth the hype, but a lot of people do love these, and they are $9, and they do have beautiful shades. If you want them, get them. You won't be that disappointed, but I personally don't think they're that worth it. And there we have it. Those are 7 of the most viral drugstore products right now, and whether or not I think that they were worth it. And overall, I think my makeup looks phenomenal. Moral of the story, Morphe. Morphe is killing it. I am so impressed with this Smooth Unlock Primer. I think it's beautiful just to have on the skin with no other makeup. The L'Oreal True Match is a great drugstore pickup, and it's on the more affordable side when it comes to drugstore. Morphe killed it with the contour stick. They killed it with the cheek trios. But man, whatever they did with these, incredible. Really a unique product. Pixie, I need you to come out with more colors of these lip blushes, but this was a great introduction to lip stain markers. And wow, e.l.f., these are spicy. That's all I got to say. They are spicy, but if you like the original and want a little zing, these will get you there. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I will have all of these products linked down below as well as tagged for your convenience. Let me know, have you tried any of these new products at the drugstore, and do you think they are worth the hype, or is the internet overhyping them? I hope that I could help you figure out if these items are going to be worth it or not for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.